Hello and welcome to Visit Fylde Coast. This is the trek of the monsters across the seafront. We're heading off to Blackpool today. We're heading off to Blackpool and we're starting up at Cleveleys, which is obviously my regular haunt, and this is the Wyre Beach Management Project on the left hand side, which is camping for the foreseeable future in Jubilee Gardens. So if you're new in these parts, make sure that you've subscribed, make sure that you've hit the little bell for notifications, and make sure that you give this video a like as well. It's ages since we did any driving videos, so I thought we would take advantage of the sunshine. If you're a regular viewer, you'll know that only yesterday I filmed a video going in the other direction to Fleetwood, and the weather was like before and after. I'm really warm. In fact, I'm having to open the windows. It's so warm. Yesterday outside it was really cold. So I think we're having a little bit of summer today, which is really good timing because, as I said, I'm off to Blackpool to meet somebody and to do some vlogs. So this is lovely Cleveleys, my hometown and centre of my universe. We've got the bunting up at the clock shelter, and we're all organised and ready for summer. Apart from the fact that nobody ever seems to know how to go around this little roundabout. I think it's a bit of a mystery to everybody. Right, away we go. So we're going to go the scenic route along the seafront, because it's ages since I did a video like this. Ages and ages and ages. So I thought we'd get the trusty GoPro out, we'd fasten it to the windscreen, and we'd film the view to Blackpool. So this here, where this little building is on the right hand side and the junction at the left, this is the boundary between the borough of Wyre and the borough of Blackpool, because Wyre is part of Lancashire County Council and of course Blackpool is unitary. So that's why Blackpool does a lot of things that don't happen elsewhere in Fylde and Wyre. And on the right hand side is the relatively new Anchor's Home Coast Defence Scheme. Don't know what they're doing. And this on the left, where the pipes stick up, is the underground pumping facility and storage facility for United Utilities. So presumably they're doing some testing or something on their systems, which after all the trouble they've had recently with that burst pipe, I would imagine they've been doing a lot of testing. Quite a lot of testing. And on your left is Anchor's Home Park. And as you drive along here, I don't know whether you can see the sea properly from where you are, but it's a little bit higher than a lot of the Fylde coast, which of course is quite flat. So you get quite a nice view looking over the sea to how lovely and blue the sea actually is. And it does look very clean, I have to say. All the restrictions have been lifted that were placed on bathing and swimming because of the burst sewage pipe. So water levels are back to normal, so you can come on holiday. I think the Scottish schools have already broken up, and the English schools will only be a week or two now. So you can come on holiday, you can go in the sea, and everything will be tickety-boo. So here comes another set of boards on the left hand side, and that's going to be a compound for some beach works which are going to be done heading south from here to protect the beach and the sea defences in much the same way that they're doing that they're doing works up at Cleveleys. This is the main crossing with the tramways. You're coming back onto the main promenade road. So we're at Bispam now, and I always get these, well, that's sort of Anchor's Home stroke Little Bispam. I always get these place names, you know how towns and villages and hamlets all sort of blend into one on the edges. I always get them mixed up. Coming up on our left hand side is the Norbreck Castle Hotel, which gets, let's face it, mixed reviews. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, just have a look on TripAdvisor. I'm sure you'll find the answer. There are lots and lots and lots of hotels to stay in Blackpool, so I would always recommend that you look at the Stay Blackpool guide on Visit Fylde Coast, because all of those hotels are annually checked and inspected, so you can be sure of a clean, safe and legal holiday, and you'll enjoy yourself rather than coming away thinking, I'm never going there again. It might be a little bit indistinct on your view, but we're coming up to the beginning or the end of the Illuminations at Red Bank Road. Depending on your point of view, it's the beginning as you're coming this way, the end as you're coming back the other way. So this is where the tableaus are. So they're the big illuminations that are on the seafront. And when you're coming back the other way, when you're coming down this slope instead of up it, you get a fabulous view looking over towards Cleveleys and Fleetwood and over towards Morecambe Bay. It's a really lovely view from there. So this is where you start to find hotels and places to stay. And this is where the Illuminations begin, with this big arch over the road. This looks lovely at night when it's lit up, because there's a sort of a square of lights at the sides of the arch. So this is all multi-technicolored when the Illuminations are on. Oh goodness, they changed quickly. They did. And you can see just in front of us now that the illumination tableaus are starting to come back up again, because they are actually switched on the Friday at the end of the week of August Bank Holiday. And August Bank Holiday Monday is the 28th of August. I think the lights go on the 2nd of September, which is the Friday. And they're on until all the way through to January. 2024. Goodness, how did we get to 24? So these are taken down each year and taken back to the Lightworks depot, where they're cleaned and inspected and repaired and all the rest of it. And you can see the guys on the right hand side here putting them back up. So they've got a pirate stranded on the back of a whale, which is just going to go back up onto the Coral Island pirate ship. So first of all, they put the poles up, and then when they've got the poles in position, they put the illuminations on the front face. Big building on the left is the miners' home, which used to be where coal miners came for holidays back in the day, and that's converted into residential apartments now. So these tableau illuminations carry on up to about the Gin Cliff Lift. Which is just on the right hand side. This is the Castle Casino on the left with the flag on the top of the little green pinnacle. And this is the cabin lift. So this is known as the Cliffs, this area, because it's quite a drop when you go up to the edge and you look over the side. It's quite a drop. It's one of those drops that makes me say, I'm going to jump. and then the over-the-road features start to pick up, and they're in blocks all the way now from sort of here all the way through to the Pleasure Beach and beyond. So these are deco dance, these ladies dancing the Light Fantastic above us. They were designed by Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen. Site of Hackett's Hotel is on the left, or Hackett's as was, because as you can see it's completely flat now. It's all completely gone, so I would imagine they're letting the land settle and drop. And if I were a betting woman, I would say that with time that will probably become a car park. And to be fair, it would be useful because there's not all that much parking at this end, especially during Illuminations season, big events and things. There's a super illumination display coming to Gin Roundabout, which is the one that we're just going round now. You might have noticed that there's a block of concrete being cast in the middle of the roundabout, and there's a big look-alike airfix on there with, I think it was 3 model Spitfire planes, and that's sponsored by Airfix. So it's going to literally look like something that you might make at home out of a kit. Looking forward to seeing that. And while we're talking about the Illuminations, this year's Switch On event looks like it's going to be a fabulous night out. So rather than having a wristband ticketed event, it's going to be completely open access for everybody to come to, and it's going to be a big parade along the seafront of Nickelodeon characters. So that will be brilliant. I'm quite looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing what's in store. There are other new features as well that are on the way, which are going to be released and spoken about by Visit Blackpool, who are the people that organise and put up the Illuminations each year. And that's the lovely, lovely view of the tower. North Pier looking all twinkly now that the sun's decided to come out. And now we're coming down to the bit that's the proper Golden Mile seaside bit. Let's see what's happening on the prom today. Scotty's Got It is owned by Caroline, a friend of ours who we've known for some time, and I saw some pictures on Facebook the other day. Keith Lemon and somebody else, I can't remember who it was, have been filming in Blackpool, and they were in the shop with Caroline. She'd had a photo taken with them both. So it'll be interesting to see what that is when it's broadcast on TV, because of course there's loads of filming and programmes and shows and things filmed in Blackpool that end up on our screens. It's always interesting to watch. Just on this first left-hand corner in the cream building of what used to be the Clifton Hotel and is now Foreshores once again, is a new restaurant that's opened. It's a Caribbean theme, I believe. It's called Turtle Bay. So hopefully at some point we'll get through the lights and I'll be able to show you that. So there we go. Foreshores now has a brand new Turtle Bay. It's very nice. I think we might have to be going and having a look in there. See see what's to do. And here's another normal day in Blackpool. So the builders are still flogging at the back of the scaffolding up there on the building at above Revolution. I'd love to know what they're doing. How many times have I said that? Several I think. Tower's looking all gorgeous. Somebody doing a wheelie in the road. All the bars and everything are all getting ready for deluge of holiday makers. The beach house is busy. There's all people sat at the front. Trams are trundling up and down. It's quite good really that the traffic's usually fairly slow on the prom, because it gives you time to goggle about and have a look and see what's happening around you. Quite a lot of people around, quite busy. Now I've got absolutely no idea how long I'm going to be today, so I'm going to go and park in my favourite place, which of course is the Hounds Hill car park, because that's a pay on exit car park, so I can just dawdle about and do whatever it is I need to do this afternoon, and it doesn't matter what time I get back to my car, because I can just pay for whatever parking I've used, rather than trying to guess how long I'm going to be. There's a brand new video that I put online just recently of Coral Island, of me in Coral Island with a play card, having to go on all kinds of different things. Goodness, it was fun, that was. In fact, I could hear Kevin was watching it this morning, and I could hear him laughing from the other side of the house at me doing whatever I was doing. It's quite fun. He said the concentration on my face was a picture to behold. It's very serious. You've got to make sure that you're concentrating, haven't you? So the car park at Central Car Park is coming along at a rate of knots. There's development projects everywhere you look in Blackpool. It's all quite amazing. They'll be starting work, I would imagine, in due course in Debenhams, which is of course in the corner of the Hounds Hill that we're just passing now. So Frasers have taken it over, and they'll be refitting that in due course and getting ready to open. They said originally that it will be open sometime for Christmas 2023, so we'll have to wait and see whether that materialises. I've not seen any evidence of anything yet, but I'm sure there'll be things going on that we're not able to see. Albert Road straight in front, and straight in front of you now is the new IMAX, ground floor Wilkinson's, upper floors IMAX and restaurant and whatnot. Wow, that's coming along. And you can see it's so much better now because they've taken the boards down. Still looks like a complete building site though, having said that. That looks like some kind of equipment coming out on the back of a forklift truck. Or is it coming in? I think they're delivering it into this corner, aren't they? Must be really difficult working in such a tight spot. You've got to feel sympathy for the workmen. Anyway, this is us at our destination. I think you've been into the car park with me before. You don't necessarily need to do that. So I will love you and leave you. I will go and park my car up and we'll go and see what's happening in Blackpool. And don't forget to make sure that you've given the video a like. Make sure that you've subscribed and done all that stuff. And until next time, we will see you later. Bye for now.